So we talked about third-party topics, personal topics, really personal topics, right? You and her. Within the realm of talking about you and talking about her, there's sort of a gradient there as well, right? So giving like what happened in my day is not particularly personal. So I woke up today, had some breakfast, walked around a little bit, read a book, now I'm here. That's not particularly personal. It's still a bunch of facts about the world, really. It's facts about what happened in your day, but it's just facts. It's almost third party, even though it's about you. If on the other hand, you're like, you know what I absolutely love about this place, right? And you actually convey some emotion, convey your opinions about things. Now that's genuinely about you, right?
Yeah.
You're like, you know that feeling when like you wake up, you roll out of bed, you have that hotel breakfast, you're like full, satisfied, you walk out, it's a beautiful day, the sun's shining, and you just cannot help but smile? That's a bit of a better, that's talking about you, not, so yeah, I woke up, had my hotel breakfast, came out, right? So feelings, not facts, and opinions as well. Opinions are great. Opinions, perspectives. Every time you tell your unique view on something, you're offering value. You're giving her an experience that she can't have with someone else. Yeah, in order to understand your story, she has to feel it a little bit herself. I don't know in this case, because it's hard to tell with the camera angle. Hopefully you weren't walking beside them for a while before opening. If you were walking beside and in their field of vision before opening, that's not a good thing. If you just got there and opened, it's fine. They could definitely see you here.
Okay.
Right? You're definitely potentially in her field of vision.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is from here. Still in the field of vision, still in the field of vision. So it's definitely a little bit of a delay, right? So she definitely could be like aware of you, wondering what's this guy doing walking next to me, kind of being like, what is this? And then you open and you're already in a more negative position than if you just opened the first moment she is aware of you, right? So that hovering in general, all forms of hovering, avoid. It's pointless. I mean, at that point you're giving up anyway, so it doesn't really matter what you say.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more polite things to say there, then that's
Probably,
a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he's a lucky man or something like that would be, you know, that would be the more classy version.
Yeah.
Then that's a deal breaker. Sorry, I don't want to be a home wrecker, so I'm gonna have to disappoint you and leave. If you're just gonna, if you're leaving it anyway, just try and leave it in as classy and kind a way as possible.
Yeah.
Because one, it doesn't matter in general, but for the few times it does matter, not making a scene is good, and also keeping her on your side is good. Because let's say, for example, let's say you ended this and you ended it in a negative way, or she perceived it as a negative, right? And then let's say you're doing another approach a block away, and she happens to walk by, and she comes over and is like, hey, this guy's an asshole. Don't talk to this guy, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it ruined your good approach. Right? Shit like that can happen.
Yeah.
Right? It's unlikely, it almost never will. But
why?
Yeah, why even leave leave her on a good note? Yeah. Like, anyway, listen, he's a very lucky guy, you're a beautiful girl, I hope you have a great day. Right? She's gonna feel good about that. And then if she sees you hitting on some other guy, she'll be like, oh, he's trying.
Yeah.
As opposed to like, that fucking asshole, I'll go ruin his day. Okay, hi, I was just walking by. Relevance of that statement. Why does it matter that you were just walking by? It doesn't. It matters zero.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's the biggest deal in the world, but I was just walking by and I noticed, et cetera, et cetera. It sort of implies I've been looking at you guys for a while, or I've been really checking you out, and right. So it seems like it didn't just happen. It seems like there's an agenda, et cetera. Yeah. So instead of, if you want something as filler, instead of I was just walking by and be like, hey guys, listen, I just gotta say, I love the vibe. Right? How much stronger is that instead of, hey guys, listen, so I was just walking by and I had to say I love the vibe. Like, listen, I just had to tell you guys, your vibe, fucking epic. Does that make sense? But like, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need to say that I was just over there, or just walking by, or I just happened to notice. Just, you're here, you noticed it, just get to the point. You don't need that preamble. The only thing that preamble could serve is as just filler to get their attention, right? And so the other versions of filler are, hey, excuse me, make sure you get their attention, and then you could just say your thing.
Yeah.
Or even if you wanted to, you could say, I know this is kind of random, which has its problems as well, but it's a lot better than I was standing over there, or I was just walking by and, right? Hey, excuse me guys, I know this is kind of random, but I fucking loved your vibe. Right? Much stronger than, hey, I was just over there and I happened to see you, and just cut that. If there was a sequence to game, and I would argue there is, if there was a sequence to game, open, start the conversation. Premise, make it man to woman. Stage 1, open. Stage 2, premise, make it man to woman. Stage 3, evaluate. Yes? And then you have narrative, which you don't need to worry about for cold approach for early on. That's a phase, but you can skip that one. Close. all right? Now, technically, the bare minimum game is open, close. You could succeed by just walking up, opening with a close. You're like, hi, excuse me, I just wanted to say hi, what's your number? You could do that, and a certain number of girls would respond to that and give you a number. A lot of girls would give you a shit test or try and get to know you a little bit and then decide whether to give you a number. Right? But you could go open to close and have that work as game. It's not high percentage, but it could work. If you add in premise, you make it open, make it man to woman, and then close, your odds go way, way, way up. But what you really want is open, premise, evaluation, close. And the reason why evaluation is so important is because what evaluation means, it means I found something about you other than physical traits, which is why I like you. I.e., you earned the number. I.e., we have chemistry. I.e., we could get along, right? So now asking for the number or the instant date or whatever makes sense. So ideally, you'd like to qualify or evaluate. They use a kind of interchange, but they mean slightly different things. But essentially, you'd like to do that before you close. Yeah, you seem like okay company. I promise if I took you for a tea, you wouldn't like try and kidnap me. All right, let's go for a tea. I'd be like, listen, I could have like a quick tea with you, but like you cannot try and keep me all day. All right, I got shit to do. All right, but like we could pop over quickly, yeah. All right, let's go grab a tea. All right, something like that. But some kind of evaluation, some kind of like just getting them to confirm something. Or you seem, yeah, you don't seem like the worst company, so we could grab a quick whatever.
The worst company, I like that one.
But there was no transition, no evaluation here. You're kind of like, I hope maybe you want to come with me, right? Instead of when I'm doing it, it's much more assumptive, like yeah, let's go, right? Or all right, I suppose you can come with me. Come on, let's go, right? But you're kind of like, maybe, please, should we? Right? You're very hesitant, and you're kind of like hoping, like, please come for a tea with me. As opposed to I'm like, look, I don't know if you can come for a tea with me, but fuck it, all right, whatever. Right? Very big difference. Or if I'm going to be more like, you know what? Can I be honest with you? You seem like a genuinely cool person. I would be honored to have a tea with you. Yeah, we're going to go do that. Let's go. Right? Do you see how much more assumptive that is?